Boys and girls, this is the Undisputed Era. Adam Cole, Kyle O'Reilly, Roderick Strong, and you're listening to Going In Raw, baby.
This is Shayna Baszler, and you're watching Going In Raw.
This is the knockout artist, Cassius Ohno, and you're Going In Raw.
Hey, friendo, Steve here.
And Larson.
And welcome back to Going In Raw, the only pro wrestling podcast you'll be listening to right here, youtube.com/Steven Larson, and available wherever podcasts can be found. Be sure to hit that subscribe button and the notify bell next to it to make sure you always get your new Going In Raw notifications. We're also available on the Patreon at patreon.com/Steven Larson. We have a whole variety of reward tiers over there. At the $5 a month mark, man, you get access to 5 bonus episodes every single week. Later on today, I'll be uploading today's bonus episode. It is NBA 2K20 shoe creation featuring Larson. If Cassius Ohno is the wrestling genius, you are the sneaker genius.
That's too kind.
Because
too kind.
You created some real works of art there.
I need to get the old sketchbook out and start sketching some original creations like I did in middle school.
No, what you need to do is find those middle school notebooks with all your
Those
creations.
are long gone, sadly.
And then create them in 2K20 shoe creator.
I mean, ideally, I'd find a means to create them IRL.
Oh, my hair back here.
Yeah, you had your hood up.
I had my hood up.
When we were watching NXT UK, I did too, but I have less hair than yourself.
It was the chill hour.
Yeah, it was try not to nap hour. It was. And that's not a reflection on NXT UK. The main event was really good.
The main event was killer. Oh, boy. The wrestling genius versus big, strong boy.
I hit the coffee a little late.
That was good stuff. I know. I grabbed myself one of these Red Bulls, but it really didn't do anything. I'm still trying to figure it out.
Then in my old age, I've learned there's an equilibrium that must be achieved between how much food I have, what hour of the day I ingest caffeine, and whether it yields the desired results or not.
Yeah.
More often than not, I feel like I'm missing that algorithm.
Oh, yeah,
So
sure.
a pound coffee, I'm like, what good does it do me?
Yeah. None good.
None good. I wake up in the morning, have 2 cups of coffee. What's my disposition when I walk in? When you walk in the morning when I'm sitting here?
Generally, it's like
miserable, yeah?
Well, grumpy. Well, I don't know. Lately, you've been better. There was a period of time when I would get here first, and then you would walk through the door, and I would hear at the bottom of the staircase, and I'm like, bro, it's not a state job. You don't have some boss breathing down your throat or your whatever
neck.
Your neck. Thank you. Or your
Kind of
throat,
weird
either
if
way.
it was breathing down my throat. That'd be yeah, that sounds like a Sam Raimi movie.
That's a little weird. The ratings aren't out yet.
Not yet, no.
Well, so find out what those are on Who on Wednesday. Tomorrow.
I think they're like at 2 o'clock.
Oh, okay. I thought it was like noon. NXT, what a terrific show.
Yeah, it was a fun show, really good show, bookmarked by 2 incredible matches.
Holy moly. That freaking Cruiserweight title match.
Man, Angel Garza.
Oh, my gosh.
Put a rocket on that guy.
No kidding. Him and Leo Rush have ridiculous chemistry. I never thought. So, like, we've seen plenty of good Leo Rush matches.
Yeah, we watched one in person against Ricochet.
And I'll be honest, until last night, that was probably my favorite one.
Oh, hands down.
But last night, oh my gosh, that match was so good.
It was basically a takeover level match.
It was. It absolutely was.
And the little stank that so when Angel came out, I guess let's kind of get into it. He did something that he hadn't been doing. He was the face kind of. He was high-fiving fans. Usually he'll tease that and not do it. In this case, he did.
Yeah.
I was like, that's unusual.
Yeah.
Are they going to have Leo play the heel on this match? And then during his entrance, they cut to his entire family sitting ringside. I'm like, no, he's not going to be the heel in this match.
I do appreciate that for Leo Rush's for his return. They've basically just said, okay, listen, maybe, and this is pure speculation on my part, him being required to play up as a heel, as a persona, was maybe sort of seeping over into his real life. I don't know. But they're saying, look, just be a babyface, all right? Just be a babyface. Don't do anything more than just try to be likable.
Yeah.
Don't do anything like a jerk. And he's been doing that very well.
Yeah,
he's letting his in-ring performance speak for itself. Exactly. And I think it's been very effective.
But I would say about Angel Garza, so he's coming down the ring doing the high five. You're like, oh, is he going to work this match face? And about the second or third thing he did, he hops the barricade, takes off his tearaway pants in front of Leo Rush's family. I was like,
yeah,
he's not the face in this match.
Because it's not like it's just his wife.
No, it's his kids. I think they said his mother-in-law was in the crowd. His mom was in the crowd. So yeah,
I thought that was killer. I thought another really interesting thing was they let Keith Lee basically kind of take the leadership role in the War Games team. And even for a fleeting moment, they had a 4-person War Games team, Larson.
yeah.
And then they didn't all of a sudden.
No, who's going to be the 4th dude?
It's got to be Dream. He's got to be cleared. It's the only thing that makes sense. Because we could just get into this part of it right now. The fact that they didn't have to make that Balor match. They didn't have to make that match. If Gargano was really out, they could have simply had Balor, I don't know, make his presence known in some other way at War Games, or give him a match against some other scrub, a high profile, like a Jonah Rock. He's been on a win streak. Maybe have Finn Balor making it,
He lost last night, though.
Oh, that's right. Swerve. Okay, then Swerve.
Yeah,
then go the other way. Then Swerve.
Yeah, Swerve been a good match.
Somebody else. I mean, I know it's a takeover. It's supposed to be a high-profile thing. You want somebody who's been around a little bit longer. But they could have done something else. They took Riddle out of that match to make the Balor match and left a big hole War Games. Gargano's out. It wouldn't make any sense for him to step in there.
Part of me is kind of hoping that there'll be some main roster defection.
That'd be cool. That'd be cool.
I don't know who,
I just don't know. Like, the only one that makes any sense would be Kevin Owens. I mean, they could do something weird like put Leo Rush in there. I don't know. I don't even know what they're going to do for Survivor Series. Seemingly every team has been named. And you can tell last night. I mean, if there is, I'm not really going to say this is a weakness necessarily, because Triple H, I think, is just playing with the hand that he's dealt. You know, they allowed Bayley to show up. Mm-hmm. But beyond that, like, there was no other invasion going on.
I suspect this next week, which is the go-home week, we're going to see a lot more. We're going to see a lot more, not only NXT invading. I don't know if we're going to see a whole lot of Raw and SmackDown invading each other. I don't know if they want to get into all that.
I don't know.
But it would be wise for them to do so, because right now, like, what's the nature of the beef between Raw and SmackDown? They both seem to be, they should be joining forces to fend off NXT.
Well, they each have their own team.
Yeah, I know.
So, yeah, I don't know. I mean,
but the beef hasn't gotten personal in any respect, like it does most, like the previous years.
Well,
there's
so
some sort of
true.
invasion thing where one locker room invaded the other. There's a huge brawl. We haven't got that at all. It's just been NXT going after the quote unquote main roster,
with the exception of the women's match.
Yeah,
because we saw that here. We saw Bayley attack. She's trying to let it be known to Shayna, and I know that same thing was attacking me earlier, to Shayna and Becky that, hey, I'm not just some pushover. I'm not here to eat the pin, even though she probably will. I'm here to make a statement, and she did that last night by essentially taking out the entire
ratings are out now.
Women's locker room. What?
AEW 957, NXT 750. So NXT dropped.
Yeah, that's not terribly surprising. They didn't have the buzz of the OC coming in, and the main rosters kind of dropped the ball a bit on Invasion, anyways.
Well, I think part of that was logistics. They couldn't bring probably as many people as they would have liked.
The European tour, yeah, you're right. That put a big whatever. Threw a wrench in the plans, I guess.
AEW rebounded nicely from the...
I know. I hope it starts doing over 1 million. I hope they both start doing over 1 million. That'd be nice. So anyways, no, I really liked the presence of Keith Lee last night. He sort of took point on the microphone.
Yeah.
And the crowd obviously is huge into him.
Well, he's great.
For the longest time, we were like, what are they going to do with Keith Lee? I kind of feel like Keith Lee at this point is next in line for that title.
Yeah.
I think that the presence of Finn Balor has sort of established a new sort of, you can call it maybe above title, away from title scene, where it's going to be him, Gargano, Ciampa, and now Riddle, all sort of fighting away from the title to see who can beat Balor. I don't know what the deal's going to be. But you've got that. They can be dealing with that for a while. I think Keith Lee might be next in line for that title, but I don't know when that's going to be.
Oh, yeah. I think it's a little ways off.
Probably.
I feel like Ciampa needs to get a shot before they move on to that.
Yeah.
And then, who knows how or if Finn's going to work into this. Because they're still having Finn kind of present himself as...
and that was another thing.
Like
he was way more Devitt last night. He was way more Prince Devitt last night.
He was getting there.
I mean, he's not going to do this to people.
No, I know. But
I mean, the promo,
it was getting there.
It was as close as, that's as close as we've gotten so far.
Yeah,
sure.
It's getting there. They kind of teased it last week, and slightly less so, how Finn fits into the Undisputed Era thing, and then, like, is he cool with the OC or not. There's still all that.
Yeah, I don't know. I'll be honest with you, man. I think that Triple H. Here's the problem. Here's the thing. With the OC, you got there's strings attached to Vince, and so I don't think Triple H can really factor them in too heavily, simply because Vince is probably still unsure as to how he's going to handle all of that stuff. Yeah. You know. So I think Triple H is doing what he can to do War Games and trying not to be too distracted by this invasion stuff.
Yeah.
But your general thesis is correct. Finn Balor is the wild card at this point. But he came out and he's very sort of Devitt-ish heel guy. And, calling out. He was so close. The way he said the name Johnny Gargano was the way he said Captain New Japan. When he says, Captain effing New Japan, get the F out of here.
I like that Finn in interviews say, I don't want to revisit Bullet Club. I want to create something new. Mm-hmm. We were like 75% of Prince Devitt New Japan.
Even when he had his shirt off, he did this stuff. He was all like super flexing.
Yeah.
It was pretty cool. I really liked it. I thought it was way better than we got the week before.
Once he comes to the ring on the shoulders of Akam or Razar.
Yeah.
Then we know.
Then we're good.
100%.
Yeah.
Basically,
he's back.
It's a Bullet Club Prince.
When there's some TMZ footage of him in a restaurant chopping fans, then
that's the kind of stuff we need.
We'll be there.
We need Finn unhinged.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly.
Short of that, I would not be content.
And then, of course, there was that terrific ladder match.
That was brutal, man.
Where Mia Yim basically just got beat to hell.
Yeah.
I was really happy. Lacey was in the room when I was watching this yesterday. I watched this one live. I watched AEW later.
What?
And it was not. Yeah, dude. That's how I do it now. I'm all in on NXT. It's just that's my jam, dude. AEW's lovely.
What are you, a shill?
Yeah, dude. Check cleared, man.
All
I got
right,
that NXT money.
That's fine. I'm an AEW shill.
Did your AEW check clear?
I'll be a shill. A shill for free for a little bit.
Sucker. Oh my God, look at that.
I believe in the product that much.
You okay there?
No.
Oh my goodness.
Some water down the wrong pipe.
Oh dear. So anyways, and there was really only kind of one turd of a match. But, it's not really a turd. It was the Xia Li.
Yeah, Leah got busted open huge.
Did she, though?
Well, that picture of her on Twitter, they put the towel to her face, and there's a lot of blood in that towel.
Yeah, well, we'll talk about that when we get it.
You think that was fake?
Yeah. I'm calling conspiracy theory on it.
Why do you think that?
Because that dude with the towel ran down immediately, and they made like a big stink about it. Even though usually they don't really care.
But to what end, though?
Okay, so this is my thought. They might do an Aaliyah dashing ugly Cody Rhodes thing. How like she busts her face because of Xia Li. Is it Xia Li or Xia Li? Xia Li. And then because it just seems so staged. Like all of a sudden they ran in there and the guy comes running down with the towel.
Now you meant like the
camera goes away, camera comes back, and there's just like a pool of blood.
Yeah, like the blood was already in the towel. Maybe it's entirely possible. I hadn't thought
about that. Anyways, like we said, it kicked off. I really like how they incorporate the recap into the intro music. I thought that was very clever. That was really neat. Then we got Angel Garza versus Lio Rush for the NXT Cruiserweight Championship.
Angel comes out first, and then when Lio Rush comes out, you can really notice one Stokely Hathaway sitting front row right in the corner where the ramp is.
I didn't actually notice that. But that's really cool.
You can totally
I can't wait.
Stokely Hathaway.
I can't wait. Malcolm Bivens, man.
Lucha Vandross himself.
Malcolm Bivens Enterprises. I cannot wait.
And then apparently, what's his name? Robert Strauss? I don't know what his NXT name is.
Robbie E, right?
Yeah.
Is that his name before?
Okay. In TNA. I guess he was lurking backstage in some segment too.
Oh, interesting.
Or some interview or something. Anyways, it's cool. Stokely was there. It was awesome.
I know.
It's the second time that we've seen Stokely in the background when Lio Rush is in the vicinity.
When he first won the title.
So we'll see how that plays out. Anyways, this match was tons of fun. Mentioned the bit where there's some back and forth in the ring, and the guard is like, hold on a second. Mm-hmm. Hops over the ropes, hops over the barricades, goes right in front of Lio Rush's wife. He gets back over the barricade, and Leo lays him out immediately with a suicide dive.
Yeah, not happy about that. I haven't seen it. I just saw one. There was like an interview after the fact.
Is Tim calling you?
No, somebody from Windsor, Vermont. It's probably that healthcare side. I keep on getting hit up for healthcare people. There was an interview after what?
Nothing. I was listening to you.
Oh, there was an interview after that was on the .com of Lio Rush and his wife next to him, and he looked very upset So I'm sure that beyond just keeping his title, he had a stern message.
Oh, obviously because
for Angel Garza, for exposing himself.
Yeah. So he hits that suicide dive. He's in control for a bit, taking out his obvious frustrations, his anger on Angel Garza. He goes to another suicide dive. Garza catches him and drops him with a power slam.
Mm-hmm.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Garza now, tables turn. He has advantage. We get a picture-in-picture and commercial break. We come back from that. Leo makes a comeback, goes for that stunner he does, where he bounces off the bottom rope. Garza hits him with a drop kick right in the back and basically bends him in half.
Yeah, that was rad.
That gets him a 2 count. He goes for a moonsault, misses. Rush hits like his version of the Unprettier, gets a 2. Leo goes up top. Garza knocks him off. Angel hits, picks up Rush, hits the moonsault power slam. It's always amazing when anybody does that. Bandito does it.
It's beautiful.
Garza did it. It's amazing.
Yeah, it is.
Rush kicks out though. Garza's getting ready for his finish. He's on the rope. Leo goes over and grabs his ankle. Garza kicks him off. Ground and pound. He goes to move off the ropes. Leo gets up. Spanish fly. Hits a stunner. Goes for another. But Angel catches him. Drops him with the wing clipper.
And the build for that was so great.
I know.
It was that crowd was like, "Oh, this is done. This is done." But
only
nope.
gets him the 2 count.
Only got him a 2 count.
So Garza sets up for another wing clipper, but then he starts going back towards the corner. You're thinking, is he going to try to do this from the top?
He picks him up for the position. He starts backing up into the corner, and the crowd's like, "What the hell? Don't!" And I think that's when they started chanting, "Please don't die."
Yeah.
Because he starts getting up there, and he's got this big smile on his face, like, "I'm gonna f this dude up."
Yeah. And so he's on the top rope with Leo in position for wing clipper number 2. They start trading headbutts, and then Leo eventually sends Garza off the top, hits the final hour. Angel kicks out though.
Big kick out right there.
And so Rush goes back up top, hits another final hour. But then when he goes for the pin, one of Angel Garza's feet are on the ropes.
Yeah.
And Leo has to take it off. Ref doesn't see any of it.
Yeah, it's all over the rope because first it was like under, then he got it over, and then finally, during the count, he did that.
So tainted victory, perhaps.
I hope so because I just want to see another one of these.
Yeah, man. Have this rematch at TakeOver.
Right? Absolutely, 100%.
Angel Garza is going to be a huge
If it's
huge,
at
huge
TakeOver,
star.
it'll be even better than this. If for some reason they put it at Survivor Series,
It'll be way worse.
It'll be way worse.
It'll be on the
7
pre-show,
minutes long.
6.5 minutes.
Yeah.
Rest holds.
Yeah.
Next, we go backstage.
Let's
Shocking.
go backstage.
Tegan Knox, Rhea Ripley attacked, laid out unconscious in planters or planting beds outside of Full Sail.
When the camera moved over to, I think when they got to Tegan, she was kind of like squirming a bit.
Oh,
Rhea was
knocked out.
And she had kind of it looked like she had like a half smile on her. It looked like she was just taking a nap.
I know.
It's like, this is where I'm napping. Leave me alone.
I know her head was kind of resting against some sort of trellis or something.
Yeah.
But it looked like there was like the home garden section of Full Sail because there was like a bed of rocks, some little plants or something.
Yeah.
So someone had just done some landscaping at Full Sail, and they decided this looks nice. Let's have a beatdown occur here.
It's like an aisle of pool chemicals. I'm just thinking of
It's not the
gardening
department.
section.
I'm not
Home
saying
Depot
that.
is what
This
I'm
is
thinking
actually
of right
someone
now.
actually landscaped
Yeah.
this.
Well, I don't know. Anyway, some little garden gnomes.
There you go.
whatnot.
Some flamingos.
There you go. So then, who attacked him? And you're thinking to yourself, oh, it's that Dakota Kai. She's on a kick run right now. She's going around kicking everybody.
Yeah.
Find out later who actually did it.
Maybe, yeah. Next, Xia Li versus Aaliyah. An all right match. And then Xia Li hits a head kick to win. And it remains to be seen if Aaliyah is, in fact, legit busted open hard way or not.
Yeah. I kind of feel like she's just going to, look ugly or something. She's going to put a bag on her head like Cody did back in the day. Nothing that cheesy, but I don't know. It all felt very staged.
I do. I just understand. But then when
there was an ungodly amount of blood in that thing too, which I mean, maybe it was
when Mia Yim got busted open, the trainers were in there like that too.
Yeah, but it was like the ringside trainers, I think. Well, that's also a ladder match. That felt more real. My gut says that felt actually real. And you see blood was just spilling everywhere out of Mia Yim. God, that was rough. After that, we had Killian Dane, Pete Dunne video package. Of course, their history of Killian Dane trying to attack Pete Dunne while he's making an entrance.
Yeah, fingers being broken, so on and so forth.
After that, Finn Balor comes out. They really have his entrance, his very complicated entrance.
I know, now it is.
Down perfect. So he comes out, he does one of those things, but then he goes into this.
With a single spotlight. That was from last week. They did that.
Yeah, but then this time the camera gets in front of him.
When he's in the ring and above
That's
him,
when he's in the ring, yeah.
And then above him, they have that little Tron on like the scoreboard thing above the ring, and there's a little Balor logo there.
Yeah.
With more dramatic lighting. That wasn't there last time.
Yeah, right.
And he's doing all that.
Doing lots of gun fingers. He's really into the
So he grabs the mic and he says, "What happened to NXT? I used to be proud of this place. Now it's a joke."
And he just had more energy to his promo
Yeah,
this
he did.
time.
I feel like it's still 65-70% of where Prince Balor was, though.
I think he's still figuring out how much Balor and how much Devitt to put in it. But I just like, look, man, screw Balor, just put all Devitt in it.
Yeah, no. He talks some trash about Johnny Gargano. Says he got a bruise and he hasn't gotten to the hospital. He says he built this place. Now a bunch of little boys have moved in to take the social media and complain when they get a boo boo.
Yeah.
And he mentions Matt Riddle. Says he dropped him. He asked for someone to step up to him, and that's when Matt Riddle sneaks in,
Takes him down.
They're brawling. Riddle kicks Finn over the barricade. Finn flees into the crowd. Riddle grabs a mic, calls Finn a putz.
Yeah.
And then out comes Undisputed Era. They surround the ring. Ciampa and Keith Lee come down. There's a Cole promo saying, based on what's happened the last week or so, Undisputed Era, and this is Undisputed, most dominant force in WWE, not just in NXT.
He's got a good point there, though.
I know. Lee responds.
He says, you have a good point. You did hold your own against Seth Rollins. You did beat Daniel Bryan clean.
Why don't you get in the ring and stand up to me?
Yeah.
Roderick Strong grabs a mic.
Says, shut up. Don't you talk to him like that.
Shut up, idiot.
Shut up, idiot.
After the last 2 weeks Adam Cole has, he deserves a night off. Says if Lee wants to fight, you can fight me.
Yeah, he steps up.
And Lee says, all right, I'm not picky.
And then he goes over to Roderick Strong and literally throws him in the ring with
I
him.
know.
That was awesome.
Beals him in.
I really loved that bit because it wasn't Ciampa getting on them. It was Lee taking control. That's where, man, they're going to make so much money with this dude as the face of the company.
Yeah, man.
That crowd is so into him. I wonder if any of that had to do with when he showed up on Raw, the crowd started chanting "Bask in His Glory."
Yeah, I don't know.
People love that stuff, and they love Keith Lee.
Yeah, I don't know. It's a good question.
Anyways, dude, these are two of my favorite guys. It's just a terrific match. Roderick Strong can do no wrong.
Yeah, and this one felt like a legit fight because it was kind of clumsy.
Yeah.
It had like kind of the right amount of clumsiness to it, and a lot of brawling. There wasn't, we've seen Keith Lee and Dijakovic do all sorts of crazy, insane, high-flying stuff, and there really wasn't any of that in this.
Right, yeah.
It was more focused on kind of a more personal brawling type fight.
Roderick Strong he's so good, and his strikes look so real. And that's when he's at his best, when he's getting beat up and when he's like just doling out those flying knees and forearms.
Bouncing off
like
the ropes
that.
with elbows and stuff.
Oh, man, it's terrific.
Yeah. It's just a lot of striking, a lot of back and forth. It doesn't really feel like, it feels like a pretty even battle for the most part. One guy will get the upper hand for a bit and the other guy will turn the tables, but it doesn't really seem like anybody has an obvious advantage really at any point.
Yeah.
Although there will be moments where Lee can obviously rely on his strength advantage to, for example, swat away a jumping knee from Roderick Strong or something like that.
When Strong during this match, when he would veer away from chopping away at Lee and he'd try to match him for strength, that's when Lee would be able to just stand up and be like, come on, dude, that's not going to happen.
Yeah. After a bunch of back and forth, Undisputed Era runs down into the ring. Ciampa comes down to fend him off. Cole hits a super kick on Ciampa, though. Riddle comes down too. He takes out Bob Fish. Balor comes out, hits a sling blade and a double stomp on Riddle, kicks him into the steps. While all this is going on, ringside area, Strong hits a running knee and an Olympic slam on Lee, gets a 2. He goes for a senton, which you don't normally see him do.
Right.
Lee reverses that, hits his finish for the win. As soon as the bell rings, Undisputed Era's in the ring. They're attacking Keith Lee. Ciampa is in there trying to make the save. He's overwhelmed. Dijakovic runs in. He makes the save, hits Feast Your Eyes on Adam Cole. Dijak tells Ciampa, I'm in. I'm in,
great,
baby.
Man, that was so great. And then Ciampa says, okay, I think he shakes his hand.
Yeah, he does.
And then Dijakovic goes to – he did this perfectly.
Well, he just turns around and Keith Lee's right there.
They don't always do this perfectly, but he took a couple steps back, and it was a perfect stride. He turns around, and they're face-to-face, and I'm sitting there marking out because this is so perfectly done. Given their history, this is what it leads up to. You want to see these guys on the same page because, my God, they're so good together.
Yeah. So Keith extends his hand. Dijakovic shakes it.
Crowd's going nuts.
Yeah.
It kind of did a bit of a, how do I put this? I don't want to say disservice, but to the main event, the ladder match, the crowd kind of died down a bit. I think because they were so spent from so much stuff going on in this episode.
It could be.
That like when Mia Yim was getting destroyed.
Yeah.
Like what I noticed it most was Io doing her moonsault to the floor onto Dakota and Mia Yim. The crowd barely did anything for that.
I know.
And it's like, I know it's not, it's not necessarily them. Like, they're gassed.
Yeah.
Like, this stuff going down, the cruiserweight match. I mean, even Isaiah Scott versus Bronson Reed was super good. Like, there was just so much cool stuff going on.
Mm-hmm. After that match, we go outside, and Jessamine Duke and Marina Shafir have been laid out. Camera walks along kind of roughly the same area. There's Candice LeRae. She's down too. Triple H goes to check on Candice, and who's there too? Scarlett Bordeaux.
That's right. Yeah.
Checking in on Candice.
The smoke show, man. The smoke show. Maybe it was her. Maybe she's going around throwing destroyers on everybody.
Could be. Next match, Isaiah Swerve Scott taking on Bronson Reed. This was fun. They shook hands before this match, right? There was a show of sports. Yes.
Yeah.
Show of sportsmanship.
Yeah, they're both good guys here.
Yes.
I can't get over that Bronson Reed has thick.
It's great.
with the double C.
I know. But I feel like Swerve just needs a slight repackage.
Yeah, he still looks like indie wrestler. I mean, yeah, he still does.
Like, I like his vest. That looks cool.
Yeah.
But then, like, he's got pretty generic tights.
Yeah, he does. He needs he should probably just go to make the switch to trunks or
Pants.
tights.
Pants.
Yeah, pants. Because he got sort of trunks that go down further. Than usual.
Yeah.
And put some really fancy. Just get
a cool logo design. Don't go to WWE and do it. Find your own guy.
Find your own guy.
Talk to Ricochet, who designed his stuff.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Talk to him. And then get a good seams. You need some good textured material. Yeah.
That makes all the difference.
Yeah.
Because you can't just have straight up cloth spandex.
Yeah, because he just had purple trunks with some sort of logo or something on the hip or something.
You need some stuff that has texture to it. Man.
I know.
Everybody's stepping their game up.
I know.
You do too.
You need some what do they call it in 2K? The material that's
glow filter.
No, the material that kind
carbon
of
fiber.
That,
yeah.
But also that
iridescent.
Yes, iridescent. Why escaped me? Some iridescent material, some texture.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
No, there's lots of people in WWE that know what they're doing. Just talk to any of those people.
Mm-hmm. Talk to Sasha Banks' husband.
Yeah, that's the guy to talk to. Her stuff is immaculate.
Yeah, man.
It's so good. And Bailey's too. I think he does Bailey's also.
Yeah, I think he does a lot of it.
Yeah, probably. He's really, and Ricochet stuff is always amazing.
Mm-hmm. Even going back to his indie days, Ricochet always had really good stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So I said to talk to Ricochet about the guy who designed his basic logo.
Yeah.
Anything like that.
Yeah.
Anyway, this is a fun match. It's basically Bronson Reed trying to overwhelm Swerve and Swerve trying to run around Bronson Reed. Early on, Reed tosses Scott from the ring. So Reed goes outside to follow up on that. Swerve just drives him to the ring post. We come back from commercial. Reed goes for a German suplex. Swerve kind of flips over and lands on his feet. He goes on the offensive, but runs into a huge chop, but then responds with a rolling flatliner. Swerve's offense is just so smooth.
It is, I know.
And he just makes these small tweaks on standard moves that makes him interesting. He's really good. Reed drops Swerve, follows with a senton, goes up top, but then Isaiah kicks his legs. They jockey for position up there. Reed picks him up like he's going to go for a second rope tombstone.
That was really...
I was super excited about
Again,
that.
Lacey was in the room with me. It was awesome because there was none of those moments where it was like, oh man, I'm embarrassed to be a wrestling fan right now, which happens every week on Raw. But she was in there and she knew what was going on. She's like, I don't know what this is, but it's not going to be good. I really don't want them to do this.
Oh, I totally want to do that because I've been great. Scott fights out, ends up hitting a DDT out of the corner, gets him a 2 count. Reed hits Deadeye. Or his version of it. I can't remember what they call it.
Yeah.
But Scott kicks out. Scott goes for a sunset flip. Reed blocks it. Drops on Swerve like he's just going to sit on him.
Mm-hmm.
Swerve gets out of the way, though, and then hits his finish. House call.
Mm-hmm.
That crazy kick thing he does.
Yeah, it's rad.
Gets the win.
Yeah.
And afterwards, they shake hands again.
Yeah.
Friends.
Yeah. Friends.
Friends.
Hello, friend. Yeah, just a really fun match. After that, Kathy Kelly says, hey, somebody's attacking everybody, the men's and lockers. The men's and women's locker rooms are on high alert. And then she announced Balor versus, she said, this is great. She said, and we've confirmed Finn Balor versus Matt Riddle at War Games. Now, of course, Matt Riddle was scheduled to be in the team in the War Games.
Mm-hmm.
Donovan Dijakovic has replaced him, and so he'll be taking on Finn Balor. And you're sitting there thinking, well, Donovan Dijakovic was the fourth guy.
Yeah.
So he didn't actually replace him, so you need to find a replacement for Matt Riddle now.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I don't know. I mean, I would think that, I said this earlier, if they didn't have a story-motivated replacement, which could only be Velveteen Dream, they wouldn't have gone ahead with this Balor match. That's my feeling on it. I get the feeling. Because it was sort of nebulous what his injury was anyways. It was just sort of a back injury.
Oh, Gargano?
No, Dream.
Oh, yeah.
I'm sorry. Did I say Gargano? I meant Dream. I think it's going to be Dream being inserted into this match.
That makes the most sense just in terms of
story. It makes the most
story
sense.
Makes sense.
But like, is there anybody else?
But also in terms of like star power, it makes the most sense.
For sure. Is there anybody else it could be that we're not thinking of?
Kona Reeves.
Dan Matha. What's his name now? Dorian Mack.
Yeah, sounds right. Riddick Moss.
Yeah, probably Walter.
I mean, that'd be great, but
I thought Walter could be like on Team NXT. That'd be cool
that would
for
be really
Survivor
cool.
Series.
I know. We'll see NXT roster. Who
Yeah,
else is
I
there?
was like doing this. Let's see if chat has any ideas. Black Shadow says definitely going to be Dream.
That would make the most sense.
I mean, he's been out for a little while now.
Yeah.
Lady Fortune says, what about John Morrison's debut?
That'd be interesting. Yeah. Johnny next.
Johnny next.
I
mean, Pete Dunne's going to be in a thing with Killian Dane and
Damian Priest. Dexter Lumis.
Yeah, that's a possibility. He was in a dark match last night.
Yeah, Kushida still got the arm injury.
NXT needs to do their own version of AEW.
Shane
Dark.
Thorne.
He's a bad guy.
Yeah, it's got to be Dream.
Do.
Angel Garza.
Oh, I'd love it. Arturo Huas. Cesar Bononi. Get him some action.
Yeah, I guess so. That'd be a high-profile spot for him.
Yep.
Next, Forgotten Sons vignette. I got to fast forward through this.
D-Miner says Jordan Miles. Probably not.
No. Forgotten Sons vignette. I fast forward through most of this.
I did not have the capability to do this because I was running it off my computer. Is that right? Yeah. So I had to sit through it.
And they weren't in the junkyard this time, though.
Wait, where were they this time?
I thought they were just in the studio.
I looked up once.
Then again, I fast forwarded.
I swear I thought they were outside, but I could be totally wrong about that.
Maybe, I don't remember.
I just started. I think that's when I
forgot.
Yeah. Well, there you go. Mission accomplished.
Yeah.
Forgotten Sons.
Next, Peter Dune versus Killian Dane, or so we thought. It's Killian's making his entrance. Damian Priest texts Dane on the ramp.
Fresh from the club, seemingly, too.
Yeah, man. He had that pleather shirt on.
That doesn't do him any favors, man. Because it was like a silver shiny. That wasn't a pleather shirt. That was a silver shiny shirt. And he had like sort of gray shiny pants with the frills.
It looked pleather, though. It didn't look metallic. It was like looked like a fake leather with a lot of sheen on it.
But it was light. Usually pleather is like black, isn't it?
I mean, you can get
it's
like
any,
leather. You can get any color. That's how they dye it. So
can we both agree he looked goofy as shit with it?
Yeah, the shirt really. You're right. It wasn't doing me a favor. It looked like he just came straight from some club in downtown Orlando.
Yeah.
Via limousine, and as soon as he was done, he was going right back.
Yeah, he was kind of a goofy goose in this.
So, anyways, Dunn meets him in the ringside area. They start brawling. Dane comes to. He gets involved. Security comes down to break it up. Boo. Dane breaks free. He hits pump kick on Peter Dune. And then Damian Priest tosses Dane to the ring steps. In the ring go Priest and Dunn. Priest hits like a cyclone kick on him. And then gets the security card and gives him a razor's edge out of the ring on all the other security people and Dane and Dunn.
Eesh. And
then Dane and Dunn get up. They start brawling. And then Priest takes him out with a step-up tope. He walks up the ramp.
That's a great-looking move.
Yeah, man.
Especially for a guy that's like so tall and
so
lanky.
tall and lanky. I know.
Yeah. So the real question there is, hey, Punishment, do you want a donut?
No, I have to go back to the club. No, thank you.
This shirt is not forgiving.
I'm afraid of getting some donut glaze on my pleather shirt. No, thank you.
This shirt shows off every roll I have, so no.
Have you tried getting a stain out of one of these shirts? It's terrible. The last thing I want is raspberry jelly on my shirt.
Okay, fine, I'll have it. You just said no, man. I'll take my shirt off.
Assuming you have napkins. I can fashion a bib. Protect my shirt.
Protect my shirt. Can't bury the shirt.
Why don't you just take it off? Have you ever tried taking one of these shirts off? Here, I'll go buy a cheeseburger shirt and put it on over this.
Cheeseburger.
I think Cheeseburger was sitting there.
He was right next to you. He had little cheeseburger dolls.
Those are awesome.
I went over there. I was like, I bought one for my kid, and I was like, man, how much do these cost to get made? And he was like, I think it's like $6 a piece. And I was like, man, I want to get some Steven Larson dolls. That'd be tight.
That'd be pretty funny. Some wrestling buddies.
Yeah, that'd be rad.
That would be pretty funny.
After that, we had a Mia Yim interview where she was talking about her champion challenge advantage. What is it? Team advantage ladder match?
Team advantage with the symbolic briefcase above the ring. Because
Yeah.
Mauro kept on hammering that point home.
Yeah.
There's a knock at the door. Dakota Kai enters.
And I was like, oh, no, she's going to attack right now because she's been attacking everybody.
Oh, just wait. She just wanted to let Mia know that no hard feelings. If anything goes down, I got your back.
Yeah. By the end of this episode, Dakota Kai has proven that she's never going to be the person who sneakily attacks people.
No.
She's never going to be the person who's actually useful for anything.
Until she pops up from under the ring at War Games and lays everybody out with kicks.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe. I feel like she is booked to be the most non-effective human being alive. I've got your back, and then she gets taken at it.
I mean, she tried.
She tried, but come on, man. At a certain point, you gotta get a win.
I mean, what's she supposed to do? Hit a kick on EO midair?
Yeah, something. I don't know. Figure it out.
That's a rough spot, though. Anyways, the match starts. This is a lot of fun. Ladder match, symbolic briefcase above the ring. Whoever claims briefcase, their team has advantage. War Games match.
Yeah, because it's a briefcase. Cool.
You got to grab something, I guess, from the top of the ladder.
It's not a diamond ring, but it's a briefcase.
Can all happen be diamond rings up there.
Nope.
Early on, EO sends Mia from the ring, follows with suicide dive. But the way she did it, she went through the ropes and like turned. So it was almost like a fun splash through the ropes.
Yeah.
It was pretty great.
Io's the best.
Yeah, she's incredible. Mia tries to get a ladder in the ring. EO kind of kicks her into it, almost like a 619 on the apron. Mia comes to, hits a face buster. This is all ringside on Shirai on the ladder. Ow. Back in the ring, Mia slams EO's hand to the ladder, and EO did a hell of a job selling that hand for the rest of the match.
Yeah.
And then Mia kicks her out of the ring. Almost as EO's getting kicked out of the ring, she grabs Mia by the leg and pulls her out. They're brawling out there. And every time EO thinks she did something to get some separation so she can get back in the ring, Mia would find a way to come back. She just wouldn't stay down.
Yeah.
It's kind of the story of the whole match, and that's why it took so much to actually get her down long enough so EO could actually win.
Yeah.
Mia slams EO's head into the ring steps. She gets back in the ring. EO's right behind her. There's a tug of war for the ladder, and then Mia kind of twists the ladder, kind of tosses EO to the mat. Then they're kind of jockeying for position to hit a suplex. Mia eventually hits one on the ladder.
Yeah.
That looked like that hurt.
That looked nasty, yeah.
We get a picture-in-picture. More action happens back from commercial. EO just keeps landing a bunch of strikes. She has control for a decent stretch, hits the 619, but then she charges towards Mia with a ladder step in the corner, and Mia hits the overhead belly to belly and sends EO to the very edge of the ladder.
Yeah, that was weird because it's like the ladder took up the vast majority of the space in the corner there, and yet somehow, and she hit the edge of the corner, but barely.
Yeah, no.
Like the commentary was trying to sell that point.
I know.
They go to replay and it's like she barely, like
She just like skimmed off the edge.
Yeah, she like squeaked in the corner.
Yeah.
But
so
she sold it. She sold it crazy.
Yeah,
like,
I know. So anyways, Mia sets up a ladder, starts climbing up it. EO gets back in the ring, grabs her ankle, pulls Mia down, kicks. Mia starts kicking EO, and then EO pushes Mia into the ladder, knocks the ladder over, slam, and then opens it up, puts Mia in between it, starts like sandwiching the ladder on her and slamming the one side of the ladder into Mia's back.
And then the ladder's basically useless at that point.
Yeah,
like it
so-
was busted. Has to get another one.
Oh, I forgot to mention earlier in the match, there's a ladder step that's bridged between the apron and the barricade.
Yeah.
It's set up early. They tease one spot with it, and they actually frame the rest of the action nicely so you completely forget about it.
Yes. Yeah.
But keep it in mind. It's going to come into play. So Ia dumps that ladder, gets another one, tries to set it up. Mia hits protect your neck. She picks up the ladder, turns, and then Io does a springboard drop kick, and it sends the ladder right into Mia's face.
Oh, boy.
Busts her open hard way.
It seemed like on the bridge of her nose.
Yeah,
I
it
think.
was about right there.
And all of a sudden, you just look down, and like they
blood.
show the replay, and her head snaps back.
Yeah, it's bad.
And you just see like a blood just coming. Oh man,
Yeah, that was a rough spot.
It was pretty brutal. So immediately the trainers come, and they start attending to Mia Yim.
So while that's all happening, Io sets up the ladder,
and while still selling that hand, by the way.
Yeah, she's really taking her time. The ref's talking to her, I'm guessing, kind of feeding her instructions by when she's getting backstage.
Yeah.
So Io kind of really slowly scales the ladder, gives me an opportunity to kind of, whether that's to wipe the blood off her face or super glue it shut, whatever. Mia comes back, tosses Io off. Mia starts to climb. Io hits a German suplex on her, sending her off the ladder. Follows with some corner knees. She goes up top. Yim knocks her off. Goes for a superplex. Io fights it off and then pushes Mia off, so she's getting sent ringside. That's when Dakota Kai runs out. She helps up Mia, and when she does that, Io hits a moonsault on both of them.
So immediately she's just useless.
On. She tried here. So Io gets the ladder. She starts climbing it. Dakota Kai comes in. She pulls her off and power bombs her.
Yeah.
And then puts Mia into the ring.
Yeah.
She's being helpful there.
Yeah.
She can't account for Kaylee Ray.
Well, she comes out next. She's to the ring. Tosses Mia Yim into the ring steps, pushes the ladder over, sends Mia Yim.
Sorry, it's Dakota Kai.
Oh, Dakota Kai, yeah.
Ring steps.
Mia Yim's on the ladder. Dakota Kai comes in, pushes it over. She goes crashing down that aforementioned bridge ladder on the outside, goes crashing down through that. That looked brutal.
Yeah,
that looked so nasty. Because here's the thing. You didn't notice it until the replay. She just falls out of camera, and you're thinking to yourself, oh, my God, she just crashed to the floor, which would be bad.
Yeah.
I mean, which would be, like, really bad.
Yeah.
But then you look and she crashes through the ladder, which I know breaks her fall a little bit, but still.
That's aluminum that's breaking your fall.
Yeah.
It's not like it's a pillow.
Yeah.
Anyways, Kaylee Ray then puts Io on the ladder. She climbs. She gets the briefcase. She wins. Advantage Team Shayna. Shayna comes out to the ramp. And this was actually a really fun moment. So Shayna's looking at the ring.
Well, Bianca comes down. Yeah.
Yeah, but there's this little moment between Kaylee and Shayna. So Kaylee turns towards the ramp, and Bianca and Shayna are up there and does a little wave like that.
Yeah.
And Shayna just goes, claps. That was cool.
Yeah, she found her person.
Yep.
Yeah.
So Team Shayna apparently is complete. They're all there. Io, Kaylee in the ring, Bianca, and Shayna on the ramp.
Yeah, man, they got the UK champion. That's fantastic.
Pretty neat.
Didn't see it coming.
No.
Did not see that coming at all.
And then Bayley runs in with a chair, hits Shayna with it.
Yeah. And then that was awesome because she was out of there. The ringside photographer didn't even have time to get Bayley because there's no official photographs of it. They just had to pull stills from the broadcast.
That's
funny. I was looking for a shot of Bayley and it wasn't there. And so anyways, yeah. So they run her off basically. It's funny because Bianca is like right there about to catch Bayley, and she just sort of stops and like I think does this.
Yeah. That's pretty funny.
She claps her away.
That's funny.
So Bayley gets away, and then that's the episode. So Bayley was the one who attacked everybody.
Yeah, laid everybody out.
And there was still, I think, some ambiguity that amongst the general wrestling community because then Bayley tweeted out the list of her victims and said, "You have Hunter and Shayna to thank for that."
Yeah.
And then I saw a bunch of responses. Oh, it was Bayley that did that. Okay.
Everybody thought it was Dakota Kai that did it.
Everybody thought it was Dakota. But I'm like, no, she beat up some good guys too. So that's not gonna. That would have made sense.
Would have made a ton of sense.
Yeah.
Next, NXT UK. We'll go through this quick. First match: Xia Brookside versus Kaylee Ray. Fun enough match. They kept it surprisingly kind of short.
Well, yeah, Kaylee Ray had to hitch a plane to yesterday.
True. Actually, this probably shot a month ago. Kaylee Ray wins with a super kick and a gory bomb. We get a video recap of all the Imperium Ilya Dragunov stuff where Alexander Wolf was trying to recruit him into Imperium. Instead, he joined Gallus.
Yeah.
Kind of. Next, Piper Niven promo.
Kind of the same thing that we've seen
a
couple times already.
Speaking of kind of the same thing we've seen already, Ligero versus Travis Banks. Again, good match. It was tighter than the last bout.
Yeah, it wasn't nearly as sloppy as the last one.
But they tried to do a bunch of spots where they're going to do double pins again.
Yeah.
But it was fast. It wasn't boring.
Yeah.
At the end, though, they're brawling outside. And then Joseph Connors shows up and just pushes Ligero into the ring post.
This is the triple threat division for guy who probably should be much further up the card, but for whatever reason isn't. Because Joseph Connors should have been much further up.
Should have been, but now I feel like his time has passed.
Travis Banks should have been further up.
Yeah, if anybody's going to win this match, it should be Travis Banks.
And then Ligero probably should be further up, maybe.
Anyway, so Banks is back in the ring with Ligero. Hits Slice of Heaven. He gets the win. As soon as that bell rings, Joseph Connors in there. He attacks Travis Banks as well, dispelling any notion that there's some sort of partnership alliance between Banks and Connors.
Yeah.
And then Connors grabs a promo, and essentially it should have been me type thing.
Yeah, I mean, that's exactly, it was kind of what I just described.
He was wearing a shirt from the first UK tournament.
UK tournament, which commentary points out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe it's just he just likes the design of the shirt.
Maybe it's one of the rare instances where WWE put it on a quality shirt. It's comfortable.
Yeah, right. So, yeah, he's just talking to the ground. He's like looking at the ground saying, I should be a lot better than I am.
I should be further along in my career than what I am.
Yeah.
And it's not my fault, of course, because I'm good.
Yeah.
It's everybody else's fault.
It's everybody else's fault because I'm a bad guy.
Yeah. Next, another Ridge Holland vignette. This time you see his face. Definitely a Peaky Blinders type deal. And then we get a little bit where this is probably the best part of the show, save for the main event. William Regal's visiting the Performance Center in the United Kingdom.
Yeah.
And so he's having a conversation with Johnny Saint, Sid Scala, and you see kind of Alexander Wolf poke his head out from behind, walks up, and he goes, Mr. Saint, I want a match against Ilya Dragunov, and I want it ASAP. Yeah. And then Sid starts to interject, and Wolf is like, I didn't ask you.
I didn't ask you.
I asked Mr. Saint.
Ask Mr. Saint.
And then Saint goes, sure, we'll do it, or something like that.
Well, Saint like whispers something to him in his ear.
Sid was feeding him Johnny Saint his line.
Which is only, sure, why not?
Sure, why not?
Sure, why not? And then he does this again with his hands.
And then Sid Scala's like, just to reiterate, like repeated what Johnny Saint said in 3 words, about 2.5 sentences. And then Wolf, content, walks away, and Sid turns to William Regal and goes, I'm so sorry, Mr. Regal. And then main event, this is a barn burner of about...
Holy crap, this was a long, tough, brutal, physical match. They got Tyler Bate in there with these big dudes.
Every time he faces someone, a Haas, man, he looks legit beat up at the end of these matches.
Tyler Bate
like
is
his
so
match
good.
against Walter, he looked legit beat up.
Yeah, that was for reals. And then Cassius Ohno, of course. I mean, he calls himself the wrestling genius. He is the wrestling genius.
He is, man.
This was absolutely just a killer match.
It was. It was a lot of fun.
I love this match.
Bate picked up the win, though. Mm-hmm. He had a Tyler driver, 97. Mm-hmm. Picked up the win, but it was hard hitting.
And it was one of those things. So I had read the spoiler on this. I don't know if you had, but that bit towards it was building. It was like the beginning of like when they started to go to the finish, when Bate was down on the ground and Ono hit his rolling elbow to him on the ground.
Yeah.
And then went for the pin. If I hadn't read the spoilers, I'm like, holy crap!
I know
they're gonna have Cassius Ohno go over. They've actually booked Cassius Ohno in the UK
relatively strong. Yeah.
So you believe that this could have been the case.
I thought it was
here.
Entirely possible. I think because I'm assuming that Tyler Bates' days in NXT UK are numbered.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
Because he's kind of done everything already.
Yeah, sure.
So I would, I thought, oh man, they're gonna have Ono pin him on his way out the door, but no, I guess not.
Yeah.
Guess not.
Yeah. Good
Fun
stuff.
match.
For sure, absolutely. Let's take some questions here.
Sure. DKC returns. Steve Austin's earring phase, yay or nay?
Yeah, I thought he looked super cool.
Yeah, man.
Like, no matter what, he looked really cool. I'm not sure what he could have done to not look cool.
What if he wore like a clown wig?
I don't know. I mean, he'd be at least still intimidating.
What you looking at, son? Honk, honk.
So essentially, he was Frank the Clown.
Yeah.
But Stone Cold.
Well, more like Doink. Doink was actually scary.
No, I'm saying Frank the Clown.
Well, yeah, like wearing what Frank the Clown wears? Yeah, it's still Stone Cold. That's still creepy as crap because the dude's still going to drop a stunner on you. I mean, maybe if he was wearing like a muumuu and some potato chips and he had like a potato chip bag.
Uh-huh.
I'm trying to watch my story, son.
All right.
Maybe that.
I'll think of something else.
But even that's scary because you might see him at Walmart.
Mm-hmm. It'll stun you there.
Yeah.
This is my aisle.
Let's see here. Jimmy Thomas says, so I'm just doing fantasy booking, but I'm really hoping, that was today at 1:30. Would you not watch it already? He says, I'm really hoping the attacker wasn't Bailey, but was really Dakota Kai. Oh, he's hoping that still happens.
Oh, yeah.
No, Bailey, I mean, she admitted to it.
She copped to it on Twitter.
She copped to it.
She copped to it.
And Dakota Kai was still trying to be friendly with the good guys.
Yeah.
So that wouldn't have made any
that could
sense.
have been subterfuge. Anthony Manzano has a question. Says, Steve, I have a question for you. Do you think after War Games they're gonna make Dijakovic and Keith Lee a tag team? Wouldn't be surprised to do Dusty Classic again. They're a tag team.
Oh my God! Hey Keith Lee, you want to be my partner for the Dusty Classic?
Sure.
All right.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, that's right. They're totally going to win that. Greg Morris here not only has a picture of him with Kevin Owens, but he says, so I looked on Peter Weller's IMDb, and it does have Capital Combat listed.
I've noticed that too.
Confirmed. I wish I had asked him when I met a couple years ago. That doesn't confirm anything I want. I need to hear it out of his mouth. Anybody can edit that IMDb stuff. Anybody can edit that. Now, does Peter Weller have an assistant who he sort of tasks with keeping that stuff up to date? And if so, did they put the Capital Combat thing in?
Do you know that Peter Weller is a professor now?
Of what?
I think it
Cybertronics.
was. I knew someone who had one of his classes.
Forensics.
I think he was teaching at Syracuse for a spell, and it was like ancient something in film or something like that.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
That's neat.
Yeah.
Robots in the cop force.
Go Oilers 83. Can I hear Aleister Black and Kenny Omega directing a Lana Bob Lashley live sex show?
Here's what's going to happen first. Bob Lashley, you will become engorged.
I'm turning into Jinder right now.
Kind of, yeah.
Lana, you'll look at his member with loving eyes. Then you will expose your breasts. Kenny, you're next.
I feel like you have everything covered so far, Aleister. Action.
Let's get a move on. We're burning daylight.
Let's get cameras rolling. This is a union picture. I don't have to go into time and a half. Or double time.
Kirsten says, getting deja vu vibes about Mia having her face caved in. Do you think they'll have to replace her? Nah, she was able to finish the match, so I think she'll be fine.
DKC returned. When am I getting my drawing from Winning Chat Trivia? They're right there.
Or
some of them are.
Like a ton of them were sent out last week. Can you please DM me with the drawing that you won and your shoot name and address on the Twitter? DM me. Please, sir, please. Let's see here. I know I put up a question thread over here. NXT QA thread. Here we go.
Yeah.
Rich the Smash Bro. Who else said, oh shit, out loud when Mia got her face busted open last night?
I did. I was sitting right here.
I was like, oh God.
I was like, oh no.
Oh no. And then Lacey even gasped.
Yeah, it was a rough spot, man.
She was like, she was blaming that on Vince.
On Vince?
Yeah. She was like, is this WWE? I was like, well, it's under the umbrella. And she was like, man, Vince needs to tell his wrestlers to calm down. And I was like, well, it's more of a Triple H thing. And then I realized that everything out of my mouth was like nerdy, so I stopped talking at that point. I was like, good point, honey. Let's see here. Wolfpack for life. Whose house would you like to go to for the holiday, kayfabe or not? Well, I say keep it kayfabe. Whose house for the holidays?
I'm trying to keep it with NXT to keep it.
Yeah, sure, thematic.
Keith Lee just seems like such a good dude.
Right? I was going to say the
He
exact
just
same
seems like
thing.
Such a good dude.
Him and Mia Yim are going to be there.
Yeah.
He came out last night after the thing.
I saw.
And like, basked in her glory, I guess. That must be rough. Having your significant other out there.
Getting busted open, I know.
Yeah.
And not doing anything about it.
Yeah.
Keith Lee and Mia Yim.
It's got to be Keith Lee.
Assuming they live together. I don't know if they do, but
I have no idea. I don't know.
But Keith Lee for sure. He just seems like the nicest dude.
I'm sure they stay the night at each other's place if they don't live together.
Obviously, yes.
He seems very cuddly, so she probably wants to cuddle him a lot. Oh, bask in his cuddles. Let's see here. James Rodriguez. In the Women's War Games match, one team will have both the NXT and NXT UK Women's Champion. How much would it hurt them if their team loses the match?
Oh, a Survivor Series?
No, War Games.
Oh.
Because they've got Shayna and Kaylee Ray. They're going to look like damn fools if they don't pull that victory out. which they probably will, because I think Keith Lee is probably going to hit whatever Keith Lee touches these days. I think is going to be turned to gold.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know, but it's Undisputed Era is like that's their match.
I know.
That's their match.
I know.
So I don't know. I don't know how those predictions are gonna.
I know it's going to take some serious thought. Thankfully, we have a go home show next week.
I know.
Help us consider.
I know. Let's see here. Philly's number one, Greg Morris again says, doesn't Undisputed Era almost assuredly get the advantage for War Games? Faces having advantage lessens the drama in my eyes. That's right. Dijakovic versus Adam Cole
Next week, another ladder match. I
Another.
believe.
Oh my God. Hopefully, man, Dijak needs to just tranquilo a little bit.
Yeah, I
man.
know. I know.
Oof. I was getting nervous. His legs are so long.
Maybe that's how we're going to find out who the fourth member is if Dream comes out and helps him win.
Yeah, maybe that could be. Yeah,
Just putting that out there.
it should be Volter.
It should be Volter.
Because you have both. I mean, as to who's that?
To mirror the women's match.
Yeah,
you have
Greg.
the-
To James Rodriguez's point there, Shayna, the NXT. You got Kaylee Ray, UK champion. Adam
have
Cole, and then on
Walter.
the other side though,
Volter.
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 Not a lot of story. I mean, there's not a lot of storyline motivation for Kaylee Ray being there either.
None.
So Volter,
Yeah,
and his storyline motivation is, well, Kaylee Ray is here,
I know.
so I'm
Well,
here
all
too.
he needs to say is Matt Sacred. I'm here to make this Matt Sacred. I think Adam Cole is not keeping Matt Sacred. I will. I'm better NXT champion. That's all you really need.
Matt, Alexander Wolf has my proxy back down to UK.
There you
He's
go.
doing good work trying to recruit Ilya. And there's like, hey,
Walter, it didn't work.
he's trying to get a match with him. What? I told him to recruit him, not to be in the same ring with him.
That was my Ilya.
Oh, man. Let's see here.
Picture of him in the matchup card. That's
I
something
know
else.
it's so funny.
It's something else, man.
Kevin Kernow, what do you think the future is for wrestlers like Bronson Reed and Swerve? There's only so many championships in NXT and so many people who want to just stay in NXT. You got to take a look at Keith Lee for the answer to that question, or even Dijakovic. Mm-hmm. Sometimes they just have to wait in line.
Yep.
You know?
Yep.
They just have to wait around. Dijakovic was a freaking security guard.
You have to wait in line and hope you're involved while you wait.
Yeah, and keep on impressing. The fact that Swerve and Bronson Reed are having so many matches on TV, they're having more matches since they debuted than Keith Lee had since he debuted in the first.
I mean, Swerve's on. I mean, you can tell. I feel like especially Swerve, Bronson Reed, and Trevor Lee, they must really be impressing.
I think they are
on a day-to-day basis.
I think they are. Yeah.
At the PC in terms of showing improvement in whatever areas they feel like they need to improve, working hard and being easy to work with.
Yeah. Yeah. Rich also asked, will the fourth spot on Ciampa's team go to Gargano? I can't believe that it will. I think that they're even if his neck injury is at work, he has basically already said on Twitter, I'm devastated I can't be in this.
Yeah.
If he's going to do anything, it's going to be with Balor.
Yeah.
And that's not going to happen now. So, no, I think he's legitimately out.
What if Balor beats Riddle and then it's like, I'll be fourth member? And he just got ultimate wild card in there. He's essentially taking on everybody.
Yeah. I feel like...
And then AOP busts in to help him out.
And then Bad Luck Fale debuts in NXT. Let's see here. 4-inch Fox. How is this War Game shaping up compared to the last two? It's hard to beat the one that Ricochet was in.
I know. Him, War Raiders.
But at the same time, Keith Lee and Dijakovic. Keith Lee and Dijakovic in there together? Oh, man. And then probably Dream if he's cleared, and then Ciampa. That's a killer team.
That's a good four-man team there.
And them other dudes are no stranger to War Games either. This is a great question. Michael asks, what are the kayfabe reasons why only Killian Dane seems to have lasting injuries from Pete Dunne's finger break spot that doesn't heal? He keeps on. He's clumsy and he keeps on.
Like he's getting something out of the dishwasher.
Yeah.
But since his fingers are taped together, he's not.
Well,
used
doesn't
to it.
he live like out on the streets? Isn't that they've kind of established
That's
those
where he hangs out, at
vignettes?
least.
So he just,
like his car door doesn't work right. Keeps getting his fingers slammed.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, he's got a van. I think he's a van guy.
Oh, yeah, maybe.
So like when he closes his van door and it like doesn't close properly because it's old and busted and he probably stole it. and like he keeps on squishing his fingers.
Could be. F Pop here in chat asked about Kushida. I believe he's still recuperating from a wrist injury.
He's hurt. Yeah, he's hurt also. Let's see here. Blake Esta. Pete Dunne is my favorite wrestler in the business at the moment, but it really starts to feel like he's spinning his wheels since losing the UK title. Triple Threat at War Games should be damn good, but what should his next big story be?
North American title.
There's just a lot of really great talent.
I know.
And I think the fact that he's in a, I mean, that's upper mid card right there.
Yeah.
That's a good spot for him. But
Yeah.
yeah, North American title. I think that's good.
Who is his partner going to be for Dusty Classic? Assuming it's not another member of British Strong Style.
I'll probably. I don't know. Boy, how great would Pete Dunne and Walter be?
Be pretty great, man.
That's.
I don't think
Walter's
Walter's going to be in the Dusty
definitely
Classic.
not going to happen.
Because we'll have Forgotten Sons in there probably.
Definitely.
What about Redragon? Sometimes the champions are in it, sometimes they're not.
Yeah.
For sure, Keith Lee and Dijakovic.
Mm-hmm.
Usually 8-man field.
8-man field.
Lorcan and Birch.
You know, it'd be rad if they put Bronson Reed and Swerve together.
Yeah.
That'd be killer.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
That'd be really cool. Yeah, Lorcan and Birch, yeah. Man, we got Oni Lorcan for our the Discord draft, and he didn't do anything these days. He was on that tear. He was on TV like 8 times a week.
I know.
And then as soon as we draft him,
I know. Same with Drew.
nothing.
Drew Gulak was on every episode 205. Show up on NXT sometimes.
Yeah.
Got called up.
Man.
That didn't go our way, did it?
Bummer. Did not. Anyways, thanks everybody for tuning in. We do appreciate it. Stay tuned tomorrow morning. We've got Who Won Wednesday, where we definitively declare the winner of this week's head-to-head battle between NXT and AEW. I know who won in my mind. Everybody, thanks for watching. Until next time, we'll talk to you later.
Goodbye.